Yemi Andrew. Let's go into some of the headlines across a few of the national dailies in the country. We start with this one. Mohbad, court sends nurse friend back to custody. That is a new development with regards to the death of Nigerian singer Mohbad. 34-year-old Ogun woman found dead inside canal. Okay. Presidency, Obi exchange words over Supreme Court judgment. You would also see that on the Punch. Military, police vow tough actions for ballot box snatchers, others. And INEC delays trial of 197 electoral offenders. You would also find Naira crashes to 1,013 Naira to $1 as speculators react. And crashes. Honestly, when I saw crashes, I was hoping to see 500. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we would get there. Okay, some more headlines on here. I have best plans for Imo SDP candidates. Find out what those plans are. Court fines NYSC 5 million Naira over Mba certificate saga. Lawyer fumes as EFCC fails to free Emefiele. And Labour Party lawmakers can't stop SUVs purchase. Senator. I know there's a conversation around this. Somebody asked me this sometime too. Oh, the lawmakers in the Labour Party, how are they going to? And I said, how many are they, first of all, to be able to push, a vote, or even if they raise it, if there are people to support it? I think there's a lot of other things that come into play. I don't think the assembly is a place where anybody just gets up and say, we're not doing this, and then that's it. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of process as to how these things work. But I thought for the yacht, they had to convert the cash to something for school education, the school loan. But for the SUVs, I don't know. They had paid for one. I think they've bought one before that Serap talked about. I remember having Serap, deputy director, on the show where he mentioned. So I don't understand which other one they are buying again. Is it the same one they had earmarked over 170 or 70 million for? Or is this a new one? Okay. On the Vanguard, let's take some more headlines here. And don't forget that we are streaming live on Facebook, so you can watch from wherever you are across the world. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle. Suspended Adamawa Rec Hoodoo on the run. INEC. Suspended Adamawa Rec Hoodoo on the run. INEC. So the police cannot find him. It doesn't have families, people that can be questioned. We wouldn't know. If you want to find out details, the Vanguard should have all of that for you. Some more headlines here. This one is really sad. Mr. Ibu's leg amputated to keep him alive. Family. There was a video of him trending, sadly, saying a lot has been spent on his health and it still wasn't getting better and they needed more money from the public to support. I think eventually that still did not work out and it still ended up with his leg being amputated. And it's really sad to see a legend suffer in this manner. We just pray that he gets the strength to go through with this. The depression that could bring alone. Another headline here on the Vanguard. 2023 presidential poll. Presidency, APC attack Obi over stance on Supreme Court verdict. Well, I listened to what His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi had said with regards to the election and the Supreme Court's position, and I felt, well, you would say he has his right to say what he feels, how he feels about the judgment, but then the judgment has been given. It cannot be changed at the end of the day. So that is what it is. Bandits, Boko Haram kill 29 in Katsina, Borno. You find that on the Vanguard as well. And U.S. advisory can create panic affect economy, federal government. So here we are, some of the headlines on the Vanguard. We'll also look at what we have on the Nation newspaper before we go for our commercial. And when we come back from that commercial, it will be time to take your messages and phone calls. Federal government to Nigerians, shun terror alert fear. I'm pretty sure they are referring to the advisory from the US, and that's how they put it on the Nation newspaper. And heavy rainfall alert in Lagos, Ogun, Rivers, 12 others. Well, yesterday we had the rains, the days before we had it as well. I think it's fair compared to what we usually would get during the rainy season. Now we're moving out of the rainy season, and well, I think it's safe to say it's fair and not as bad as previous years. So, but still, do what you have to do to keep your drainages clean and your environment safe. Let's go for a commercial now.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.
Reactions on The Nation. It's a very interesting headline here on The Nation newspaper. Rivers PDP stakeholders back Wike flay allegations against him. You would see that on The Nation, and you would also see wage award or your workers to get 25,000 naira for 6 months. Okay, it was increased to 30,000, I think, earlier, but it seems as though now the government of Oyo State thinks 25 is what it can afford, and that's what it is doing. Whether anything has been said in that direction for Rivers State, I don't know, and that's a question that's been asked. Even at the federal level, we do not know if all workers are even going to get that money. It was supposed to be implemented looking from October. But this is already November, and we are just a few weeks away from December. We don't know for local government workers yet as well. All right, let's get onto the phone lines and take your calls and comments. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. On WhatsApp, Boko Haram killed 29, and their sounds as usual. The sovereign state, so Israel declared war on Hamas because of an attack, but in Nigeria it sounds as usual. Well, I think to be fair to the Nigerian military, we wouldn't say that they've not been launching attacks, onslaughts in these areas. They might choose to use a different approach because possibly they're trying to reduce casualty. You could also consider that. Civilian casualty at that. Peter Obi should join hands with President Bola Tinubu to move Nigerians forward. 2027 must come. Bakata from Ozwaha. Labour Party lawmakers have a trust moral burden to individually reject the SUV on behalf of the suffering masses of Nigerians from good luck. So when they buy the cars and the cars come and they be like, we're not using it, take it back. NDDC entrepreneurship advert, do they want to tell Nigerians that they are not aware the site they're advertising is not opening? What a country, Mr. Casey. Okay, I think you're speaking about the ad from the NDDC. Your site is not working. All right, we'll see if we can get across to them and let them know that the site isn't running. Good morning, Andrew. Bandits kill 29 in Kaduna. It's unfortunate that bandits have come to stay in Nigeria. Nigerian government should allow its citizens to carry weapons to defend themselves. It's a conversation that many should guns be made legal in the country, but then look at what's happening in the US and its struggle for gun control. And then you want to look at a Nigerian society that doesn't look like where everybody is in their right mind. That is the truth. And you want to put a gun. People tell you the economy make them do crazy things, and you want to make gun. I mean, I think we should just think about it. I'm not saying you're out of point. I understand your position, but I think we should also think about it carefully, so we don't do something we regret. Cookie Gam is in Rumolumeni. Good morning, Cookie Gam.
Andrew, good morning.
Yes, so go ahead.
Andrew, David Bree said that Gowike is not a PDP leader in Rivers State. Andrew, PDP was formed in 1998. Let Marshall Harris, let Morgan Douglas, let Kenetoko Jedem. Great men came to form this PDP in Rivers State. But Wike was not there when the PDP was formed. Gowike came in as a member of PDP. The founding fathers of PDP, Gowike's name is not in that place. So coming to claim owner of PDP is out of there. And I want to tell you for free that PDP was formed and kept for faith. Government came and inherited the structure of PDP as a governor and for 8 years. After 8 years, the term has been lost. It's no more PDP leader in Rivers State. The owner of PDP, the man that owns the structure of PDP now, is the governor and the leader of PDP in Rivers State for now. So government should allow the government to exercise his rights as leader of PDP and give direction and give leadership. A governor is the leader of the party in the state. The governor gives leadership of the party. How that party will go? It's not a former governor. Former governor is the leader of PDP in APC in Abuja. Now, Governor Wike is the leader of APC in Abuja as a governor of Abuja, not in Rivers State.
APC did not say that the FCT minister is.
Give PDP River State, not on weekend.
Cookie Gam, thank you. We get that. But please, I don't think APC has said, or the capacity of the FCT minister is leader of APC in the FCT. That is not his capacity. He's the minister of the FCT. In the FCT, you have people from PDP, SDP, Labour Party, PDP, APC, any of the other P's and C's that you know about. He's a minister of the FCT working for the federal government. I always try to make this distinction. And not the APC. And the APC has not announced that this man is a member of our party and is a leader. And even the man himself has not said, I'm now a member of the APC and I'm the leader of the party at wherever I am. So let's not make those comments when we don't have the proof to show. Blessed Inalu, good morning.
Good morning, my brother Andrew.
You're welcome.
The difference between Wike and Fubara and the elder of the state, they went to Abuja. Now they said that PDP of the state back Minister of SCT, Bina Wike. My brother, let me tell you something that we don't understand. We have been saying that this might be activity, being the governor and also be hostage. They should allow this man to be independent because he was voted for River State for him to govern the River State the way better than the way he met it. And besides, on the head of everything, if the River State is working than the way he met it, he will be mocked by River State citizens. They will not be mentioned an FCT minister. Is the governor Sim Fubara, that's the person they are going to mention it. We debunk any speculation or any statement from either that went to Abuja. They may go there for their own pocket. They no reason for River State citizens. Secondly, student uniforms find that in a room apartment. Let me tell you one thing. They should look into this thing very well. The way they do things in this country now, it has been legality. When boys, they are calling boys Yahoo or internet fraudster, they are ritualists. Many of them used all this guy this time around. I don't know the work of our government for them not to go deeply into this thing that is happening in the state. The parents of this girl have been sending money for us right from our childhood to the university level. Now, what is going to be their benefits? They are going to mourn the girl now. What are we talking about? If our government cannot give us what we need, they should resign.
Okay, blessed. Thank you. Good news. Is it about 3? Good news. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Go on, good news.
Thank you very much. Military and police vowed to stop the snatching of ballot box in the places of the election. I laugh again. If they expect to stop, don't about the ones the police or the military itself will snatch. Taken from what happened in River State in the last election. The last election, there are videos. I saw my own unit. It was the police that carried the ballot boxes by themselves when we resisted the PDP. And they are coming to make noise that they are coming to stop the kind of stolen ballot. What about the police that carried last time? What have they done to them? What have they done to them? When the people who are in charge of authority are the people doing the illegality themselves, then Nigeria is finished. Labour reps said they have the power to stop the SUV, the National Assembly. And it is true that they are very, very minute and they don't have the power. But I tell you, they can stop it. How can they stop it? I'm a member of the Labour. I will reject that Prado or that SUV that is coming to me. I will prefer them take that car back. Go and get me a smaller car. By making such statements, if you are two or three...
Good news. For what you have said, you have not stopped it. You only rejected your own. You did not stop them from spending the money now.
Let me tell you. In the National Assembly, the majority have their way. The minority have their say. And your say has a long way to speak to the consciences of your members and the nation. And that is the way, if I am a member of the Labour, that's how we make my own say. And in the other hand, people will listen it, and who knows, I must have gone far. Finally, P2P and presidency clashing. My brother, if P2P or Atiku happens to be the president like Tinubu, they will work everything to make sure too that the Supreme Court gives favor for them. Nigeria does not have to change. My name is Chris from
Barine from Thai. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, Medo Barine. I'm responding to the news on your news deck regarding to the frequent death of students, especially in Uniport. And I think that it's hard time we should be able to wake up in the morning and be hearing such a news. And I wish that the students, especially, they should be able to know the reason why they are in school, not to be so much enticed with the fashionable nature of what is there. And era gone, something like this was not happening. And this thing is not just that, it's causing a high cost, even on parents at home. They will be feared even to train children. How do we think that someone that has been trained or sent to school who becomes a future bearer of families and communities will face such an untold debt? So I wish the government also to enable us have more security, not only in universities, in the secondary schools. Everywhere we need it, especially in the institution. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. I think to put it in clear perspective, for now, we can't say exactly what is behind or what was responsible. We would have to wait for the police to give more information. So far, from what has been made known, was that the girl was found in her apartment. She lives off campus in Alu, and she was found in her house, her apartment, with foam coming out of her mouth. So perhaps an autopsy would be carried out if she had any health condition, or perhaps she ingested something, or anything else has happened. We would have to wait for the police to give us that information. So let's not make the assumptions at the moment that, perhaps somebody has done, because I think most of the callers are looking at it from the perspective of what we had 2 weeks ago, the girl that was dismembered sadly and horrifically and was found in the house of her boyfriend. This is a quite different situation, so we have to wait for the police to tell us more before we can now take any definite stand. But at the moment, what we know is she was found in her house, where she lives in Alu, and she was found with foam coming out of her mouth. Ida is in Nkoro. Good morning. Let's go to Letambari in Bori. Letambari, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ifeanyi Andrew.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me look at David Briggs talking about Wike that he cannot claim over the structure in Rivers State. I think, to me, that statement credited to the former governor was not his aim for why he is fighting sin. I think his concern, his interest is to take control over the governance of Governor Sim Fubra and some sharing formula as regard to all the effort he has contributed for Sim to be governor. Because if you can see, the governance of our former governor, Yusuf Wike in Rivers State, has crumbled a lot of sector, making it moribund, even to the workers' salary, making it stagnant. So I think he was looking at that Sim should not go further, as in reviving some of the sectors and all that, so that.
Letambari, that's an allegation that we cannot substantiate. To say that the former governor does not want Sim to go any further, we don't have that, because we even heard the former governor say, these things, I'm not bothered, people don't know what you're saying. And he stated what his concern was, and his concern was structure. Letambari, thank you. There was nowhere, place, or time we've heard that the former governor says he does not want Sim. You are making that assumption. Perhaps that is what you think or feel from what you have heard could be the problem or what is happening. But that's not the fact on the ground from what we have heard both sides of the party say. So to speak in that direction and say he does not want the governor to revive some sectors of the state economy that will be beneficial to the people. If we look at it, when did he say that? And how did we come to that conclusion? If the former governor said the interest of Rivers State is what is paramount to him, and he would know that sectors, agriculture and the rest of them, the economy and all of that, is the interest of Rivers State and should not be hindered. So we would have to see or hear the governor say this is what happened and this is what was said. Then we know. Temple in a chair. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifeanyi Andrew.
You're welcome.
How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
I think I want to appeal to the police to do a proper investigation regarding the death of Uniport students, dying unnecessarily. It is uncalled for. And they're looking at why they die in their apartment. I think there should be, or there is more to what the eye can see. And I appeal that a more proper investigation should be launched for accurate, findings. On the issue of Zemonia Ezekiel Amade, on the view of the political structure, in as much as I am concerned, we have governors like Sir Dr. Peter Odile, we have Sir Rotimi Amechi, and the former governor, Chief Barrister E.M. Wike. These are political structure. These are men who have political structure before. But as far as I'm concerned, political structure remains the human network of such a political leader in the state as at when he remains the governor. Now, Governor Sin is the governor. A good man at that will have to pilot the affairs of the state. As far as I'm concerned, I remember that Governor Sin and our former governor, who is the minister, understand themselves better. And the interest of River State remains paramount. And Governor Sin, for the last time I checked, is still in charge of River State. And he's, even doing perfectly well as it stands now in ensuring that River State, benefits in the good dividends of democracy in terms of, being committed in this side of his function. And I believe Governor Sin has all it takes to govern River State. He is doing the needful. Nobody is intruding except he wants to tell us otherwise. Until he speaks to us that somebody is somewhere frustrating him, I think for now it remains good to go. But I want to appeal to this P2B. The single tenure for now is inconsequential to us. All we want is a government that will, bring up policies and programs that will affect the Rivers people. Because when we talk about this single tenure, tomorrow they will come back for another term. How many tenure did P2B this as a governor of Anambra State? It is obvious when the sugar is in their mouth, they want to swallow it all. It is
all right, Temple, thank you. Ken is in Ubimini. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Fiomi.
Welcome.
I want to comment on the inclusion of Silva's name in the election. Let me use this opportunity to commend the court who included his name in the INEC ballot paper. Then the army and the other security agencies to vow how to trap the ballot hijackers. I think we have been hearing this type of promises in the past elections. I see it as an irony. You see, the issue of having structure in River State PDP family, I don't know why we have been beating on this issue since how many weeks now. We need good governance in River State. Structure or no structure is not what Rivers people need to hear. The country is in a critical condition. This thing is diverting our concentrations. The issue of DPO bashing, we are no more hearing how it goes. We are now hearing the university students dying every week. All these things is what we need to be talking about, and not who owns structure and who owns the state.
Thank you. Clinton in Bori, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
This particular issue of structure should be laid to rest. Because I believe that the former governor, in his wisdom, despite all other party stalwarts, saw something good in Sim and handpicked him to be the governor of River State. So what structure is he talking about? Because the day he handed over to Sim, he handed over all the structures to him. So why come again to say they want to take away my political structure? Which structure are you talking about? So I think everyone should be concerned about the progress of River State. River State, we are suffering here. There are no jobs, no businesses are not moving in River State. And all state actors should be concerned about how they can contribute to the progress and development of the state. Then finally, on the issue of Labour Party lawmakers, Andrew, one person can make a difference. Even though you cannot stop the process. If you say, no, I reject this thing because it's against my ethics, my beliefs, It goes a long way, Andrew. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. That is something that can be done. I would agree. Let's go to Facebook and take more your comments there as well. Remember, Nigerian Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle on Facebook. So drop your comments for us. We'll be taking them. In the meantime, on WhatsApp, it's 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp handle. The WhatsApp number, I beg your pardon. So just send in your WhatsApp messages. Okay, this one here says, thank God ability. EFCC fails to produce former CBN governor in court. I'm not surprised because our judiciary has been hijacked by powerful individuals who feels that the country belongs to them. I'm not in support of what CBN governor did to Nigerians, but let's respect our laws. Silva's name included by INEC. I smell foul play in this Bielsa election. Okay, this is Jack Don J. Emmanuel says, let us be careful with our statements. I'm beginning to think that Jeste is becoming the what? I didn't get that. Kingdom where everyone is a king with a crown. Lorenzo Delight says, good morning. The amputation of Mr. Ebu's leg is a sad one. My brother, really sad. The death of the Unipol student should be thoroughly investigated. The views of Barrister Ahmadi on the issue of political structure is in order. INEC adding Bielsa APC Guba candidate back on the list is a good one. And Obioma Noble says, structure or no structure is not what Rivers people need now. What we need is to move Rivers State forward. All right, let's go on WhatsApp. Quite a number of messages. Greetings. EFCC fails to produce former CBN governor to court. I'm not surprised. Okay, we already took that before from you on Facebook. Still wondering why until today Mohbad's autopsy result is still unknown. I beg, make them allow the nurse breathe. Christian Williams from Igbo Ichie. Perhaps we would try to get information on that. We'll see what information we can get and see what level the investigation has gotten to. Political poverty of the mind is dangerous in our politics, and elders of the PDP are biased. They should allow Governor Sim breathe. In Lebedim from Ozuzu Echie. Peter Obi should allow Jagaban breathe because he chose to seek justice in court instead of a political means. Okay, this person says, good morning. You can imagine PDP supposed elders in River State deny for Wike that he wasn't responsible for the fracas. Meanwhile, Wike himself hasn't denied anything. I do not see those as my leaders. All right, you have a right not to recognize them as your leader. People don't get it. Wike is in charge because the present government inherited his position by the structure Wike laid. It's just common sense. Abe from Port Harcourt sent in that message. And then, good morning, Ifeemi, on the student's mysterious death. I can't get that one out. Let's go for a short commercial. We'll come back and take some more messages shortly.
Everybody can fly.